Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Wesley and this is the third episode of Beekeeping, a beginner's journey. So this episode I'll be expanding the hive more by putting in more frames. And to do that we're going to take a look at this box. This box contains all the frames I took out of the hive last year when it died. And we're gonna see how much of it is still usable. Also this episode I said I would talk about more about the different roles within a bee colony. And about the structure of the hive, so we're gonna do that too. But for now, let's open up this box. There we go. So this is a nice piece of plastic. I could actually use that for putting over the hive. And then these are the frames. I think these are the frames that were already quite bad. So wax moth got to those, I hope not to the rest. These were the frames that were already quite bad. These were the frames that were still quite good. Alright, so it does smell a bit of alcohol, so some of the honey went bad. So the problem is that not all of the honey was closed off. Because they were still eating it and stuff when I took it out. But as you can see, some of this is still sealed. And out of the still sealed honey, nothing should be wrong with that. It's just that the non-sealed honeys have started fermenting. So that has created some alcohol, but I think the bees will clean that up just nice. Well, this, as you can see, this was some comb foundation I put in last year. So they haven't built out anything on this side yet, but on this side they have built out quite a bit. And as you can see, the comb is still quite white. It turns brown after it gets older. And you can see this has been sealed off. And so that's sealed honey. When the honey has reached a certain moisture level, they seal it off to store it. Okay, so a lot of water coming out of this. This is still full of honey. But as you can see, again, some of it was not sealed off. Also, there is some pollen storage, and that has gone bad. And it has got some type of fungus on it. There. But I think the bees will clean that up just fine too. There is some web in here. Yeah, there is some wax moth here. They've started to get to it. And that's not too great. Let me see if I can just cut that out. I think I can also give this to the bees just fine and they will clean it up. So yeah, wax moth. That's a moth that likes to eat wax. And it lays its eggs also inside of the frames. The thing with this is I kind of, for instance, this frame is very old. As you can see, the wax has gone very dark. I would like to replace that, but it's full of honey, so I want them to leg out the honey first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that towards the end of the hive. That's why they don't like to store things towards the end of the hive, but they can still get the sugar out if they want to. Oh yeah, that's some wax moth larvae. Crap. I had hoped wax moths hadn't gotten to it, but it seems like they've eaten right through it. The inside of this has been completely eaten up by the larvae. I have to cut all of that out. You can use this as bait for fishing. The bees will just clean this up, fill it back in, and it will be fine. But I don't want them to have some stupid wax moths living within their colony. I will probably get rid of those if they would be in there, you know. I'd rather not have them in there. See, this is also just full of honey. As you can see, this is still quite yellow, so I would be totally okay with using this frame for a longer time. As you can see, there's some pollen storage in the corner here that also has some fungus on it. I think the bees will just clean that up for me. You can also try to cut it out. I don't know what's best, actually. I'll just see what the bees do with this. If they don't touch it, I know that won't work and I'll just have to throw it away. This frame seems mostly okay as far as wax moths go. There's a little bit of web in the center, but I don't think there's actually any in here. This frame has quite some pollen storage on it, and all of that has completely gone bad. Again, I don't know if it's best if I cut it out or let the bees clean it up. I think I'm gonna do the latter. Look at this. This frame is really nice. This is also some comb foundation I put in last year. Some that has been built out here, some built out here. but just some nice sealed honey, no wax moths, no fungus. It's a nice frame. It's a very big wax moth larvae on there, right there. So these frames already had some fungus on them when I put them in, and also a lot of non-sealed honey that was prone to going bad. So I looked at this last week and it was fine, so the wax moths must have gotten in that time. No, I'm not gonna use this. This is full of larvae here. Very small ones. Some big ones too. Oh. Some cocoons. I'm just gonna throw this in the trash. Okay, so this frame has quite some wax moth larvae on it on one side. Okay, so this side has been completely... Oh no, I cut this away, I think. But it actually doesn't seem that bad, this frame. Has some wax moth eggs here. Get that out. I'll also just put this in towards the end of the hive. See what they do with it. They might just lick out the honey and be done with it. I'm gonna cut this to the right size so I can use it to put over the hive. And then we'll get starting on... We'll open up the hive and see what we can do there. Okay, so I've got my smoker on, so I'm gonna smoke them a bit. I've got the entrance reduced because, well, they're a very small hive and this way they can defend themselves a bit better. Just gonna open them up. There we go. Look at them all. The weather's not that great, so they're a bit jumpy. Okay, this frame used to have some honey on it. It's completely empty now. So this is the new frame I put in. Started building it out quite a bit on this side. Not that much though. Okay, so I've got the queen on this frame, one with the dot on it. There's some brood here. Here you can see some larvae actually that haven't been capped off yet. So we're gonna put some of these plastic things on this frame. That way I can know that I have the right distance always. Now this frame would hopefully have some honey on it. Otherwise they're completely out of honey. Luckily I brought some frames that are basically full of honey. Now this only has a bunch of larvae there. And here too. But no honey. So they're completely out of honey and pollen. So this is an empty frame. Oh, this frame is actually broken. I'm just gonna take this out since there's nothing on there. I'm gonna put this frame inside actually. Right there. This is a nice frame from the outside. It has some honey on it, but it can still be built out, so I'm gonna put that here as a sort of wall. But then outside of there I'm gonna put some frame that's full of honey but I don't really want to use anymore. Like this one. Very brown, very dark. So hopefully they will take that a bit closer to them and put it on one of the frames that are quite empty. And then on the other side I'm gonna put this, also full of honey, but needs to be repaired and stuff. Gonna put that right here. You know what, I also have some empty frame here. Just gonna put that here. Won't do anything bad. Has some honey on it actually. Let me put that to their side. How many frames do I have in here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it has room for one other if I put them a bit closer. I'm not gonna put any other frame in now, but just let's make the spaces, otherwise they will build out too far, and then I won't be able to, you know, I won't be able to put another frame in, because they will just build them together, you know. As you can see right here, they have quite some comb sticking out. I don't really want that. Okay, this is more than enough room for another frame. And of course I have the two walls in here, so it actually can have 3 more new frames. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the plastic on it. Like so. And then on top of the plastic, this piece of wood. And now the lid. And I was just waiting what the bees do with the frames I put in. They're flying out around here quite a bit. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Next episode we'll see what the bees did with the stuff I put in. And I'll talk about something else. Maybe all of the different tasks the bee do within the hive or something like that. But for now I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!